Welcome to Land Academy. This is the Cash Flow from Land show, where we show you how to buy unwanted vacant land and sell it for more on the internet. I'm Steve Butala.
I'm Jill DeWitt.
We are your hosts. With over 15,000 completed transactions, we are the experts in this niche land flipping business.
We hold a drawing to win a free property every month. Enter to win by reviewing this show on iTunes and downloading our free ebook at landacademy.com. All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala for Land Academy. Welcome to our Cash Flow from Land show. In this episode, Jill and I talk about how you should run if you hear these 4 words from an REI educator out there, not us, of course. Before we get into the show, Jill, let's take a question posted by one of our members on successplants.com, our free online community. In fact, I'm actually going to read this one because I love it. I'm going to read it today, and I'd love to get your opinion.
Awesome.
Your answer. Tim says, I was going through some rough numbers on my mailers. Tax delinquent versus non-tax delinquent. The results? I've made 3 times as much money on around 1/3 of the response rate, so less calls but more deals with non-tax delinquent mailers. Not only that, but I've sent about 40% more tax delinquent mailers, and I compared them one to one. So for me, I'm, in parentheses, mostly done using the tax delinquent lists.
I love it.
Jill, I've been saying this for years and years and years. I've been saying this to people.
Thank you.
And they just, I'm so happy that someone else said this.
Exactly.
And for some reason, people don't believe me.
They don't believe you. For some reason, they don't believe us. I don't get it. It's like, okay, you want to hit your head against the wall?
If you're
go
brand
right ahead.
new to this, a lot of people can in house wholesaling and land flipping, and there's a lot of people, the majority, who believe that you should just concentrate on one type of target, a mailer target. And Jill and I, for years, have been saying, for now decades, you're missing out. Send everybody a mailer. Send everybody an offer that you've identified. And man, it'll come back for years. If they don't respond to it, they put it in a file, believe me. We get calls for years and years and years on mailers that we've sent out a long time ago. So, Tim, thank you. I mean, I couldn't have written it better myself.
I'm sorry you had to find out the hard way, Tim. But that's okay.
I mean, the truth here, I'm reading between the lines. There's a lot of competitors. In fact, that's what this show is about. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of competitors out there who I think are teaching the wrong stuff. Mm-hmm. And if you're just going to send tax defaulted property owners a letter, you're missing. Well, in Tim's words, you're missing 2/3 of it. Mm-hmm. 2/3 of the deals you're missing.
I agree. I mean, there's so many headaches and things that could possibly go wrong on a lot of those deals. They're a lot more work, like Tim just said. Mm-hmm. So, yep.
If you have a question or you want to be on the show, give us a call at 800-725-8816. Today's topic, run if you hear these 4 words from an REI Educators. Not us, of course.
I love this.
This is the meat of the show.
So
what are they, Jill? What are the 4 words? Let's cut right to it.
All right. Millionaire.
Yeah.
I love it. Do you want me to do all 4 and then we'll talk about each one?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So millionaire, then the next are kind of 2 words, like no work.
Yeah, it doesn't take any work to succeed at this.
None. No money. Oh, yeah, you can do anything.
Yeah, you can
for
do
free.
it. It's all for free. It doesn't cost $1.
And secrets. I love that one.
There's
You're
no
gonna
secrets.
Have my secrets. This is it. I'll teach you the secrets. No.
There's no secrets. If someone says, "Oh, I'm going to let you in on the secret," there's no secrets. Mm-hmm. If you're new to mailers, if you're new to sending out offers, there's a secret right there. That's it.
What's the secret?
Send mailers out.
Oh.
Send offers out.
If you're so answered it.
brand new to this, that's it. That's the deal. Mm-hmm. And people have been doing it for years and years in commercial real estate, since the beginning of real estate and the beginning of mail. Mm-hmm. And so I don't think a lot of new people know that, there's this concept of sending direct offers out. Mm-hmm.
So millionaire. Give me your thoughts on that, Jack.
You can be a millionaire. I've just
hilarious.
We've all seen late night infomercials on house flipping. It's a bunch of malarkey.
Exactly.
I've never seen a good one. Mm-hmm. I've never seen anyone stand up there and say, you know what? This is hard work. it can be incredibly financially rewarding. You don't need to say millionaire. You can easily make $10,000 a month after you learn and go through the process and make a bunch of mistakes. Yeah, it costs some money.
Well, the difference
doesn't cost a ton.
I don't think you can't promise that. And I think why this is frustrating or important to us to talk about is because you cannot promise that. However, I can show you a roadmap. I can show you how we did it. And that's really what we're doing is we've just said, and that's what we've done. I mean, that's why our members are so successful. And that's the whole reason that they're in our group we literally shared start to finish every last little detail about how we got to be where we are right now.
Yep.
Now, and then you can take that and do the exact same thing. You could, double it. Fantastic.
Right.
I'd love to see it. And that's my best thing is I see people killing it out there and make boy, you look how far ahead that they are than we were at this point. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't know and we didn't have anybody. So that's a great thing. Or you can say, you know what? That's not my goal. I just want to do, because we have those people too. I just want a couple $1,000s a month. It's going to pay for my mortgage and my ex, not my ex. No.
Oh, your variable X.
Yeah, you're
not EX.
Exactly.
Just X.
It came out wrong. I just do this to take care of my ex because, man, I got to get her off my back.
Of all the things to be motivated. Oh, no, why is it a her? What's that?
Let's be honest. There's not a lot of men walking around getting alimony or anything.
Because I think it would be called alimony if that was the case.
You know what I mean? So that's awesome. That's my goal. I just want to get rid of my ex. So no, but to pay for whatever that thing is for them, so they don't want that. So yeah, I just people throw that word around a lot, and it's frustrating. It's not.
Here's what's going to happen with the money, and it happens to me still even now. You're going to start doing deals, and you're going to forget about the money. And then one day you're going to go look in your bank account, and there's like $700,000 in there. I'm not exaggerating at all. Mm-hmm. That happened with me. Mm-hmm. And that's when that was a pretty key indicator for me to quit my job. Mm-hmm. Because you look at the money only to balance your checkbook, so to speak. Mm-hmm. But then you really step back and say, wow, that all happened in 6 months or whatever the numbers are.
Exactly.
So, and then, I don't know. I've always said after $20,000 a month after tax, if you don't have any bills, you can't. Then it's just numbers on a computer screen.
Right. What more you
So
need?
forget about this millionaire thing. Young men, for some reason, they all want a Ferrari or a Porsche or something, and that's great. That motivates them. I think it's great, but we don't need to advertise that. Mm-hmm. At our age, it's a whole different set of what we want and why and the whole thing.
Your age.
This age thing comes up all the time.
Hello. Have we not talked about this? All right. No work. Give me no work.
This takes work.
Thank you.
It's fun, though. Mm-hmm. It's a blast. We had a member, this is a law about 4 months ago, and they said, this just isn't for us. Remember that, Joe? You and I fell out of our chairs. Because it's only ever happened one time.
That's true.
But I'm glad it happened because they were honest with themselves. Mm-hmm. I think it was a husband and wife team. Mm-hmm. And they could not stand they had a real big issue with sending offers out for under market value. That was the root of it. And, that just puts a smile on my face because I love doing stuff like that.
I gotta say, do they walk up to the store and go to the cash register and say, I know it's on sale, but take the sale price off. I'm going to pay full price. What is that? I don't understand.
I don't know.
Is that how you roll? Do they walk up to every car dealership and say, all right.
Yeah.
The sticker says XY,
Good point.
$35,999. So I guess here's my $35,999. Is that how they? I don't get it.
I was just in the grocery store. I really was. I was just in the grocery store and they were running a huge sale on water bottles. Bottled water was half price.
Okay.
And I loaded up two cartons full.
You did the max, whatever the limit was. You did. You're like limit.
This is half price
10.
water. And the cashier said, I don't even think it should be half. That's below cost and all this. I'm like, what? You should go back there and buy some yourself. What are you talking about?
That's what the sign says. Oh, that's awesome.
I don't know. Maybe we're missing. We're obviously missing the point. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't suffer from that at all.
No. So, but no work. Okay. No money. Talk to me about that one.
Hey, it costs money. Do you have to have $100,000 in the bank? No, not at all. But it costs a little bit of money. People ask me all the time, well, how much does it really take to get started? And I think, I don't know, you could do it with as little as $1,000 after you get educated.
Mm-hmm. And data.
But what you're doing is it's taking so much longer.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. In the end, find $5,000. Let's just say the number is $5,000.
That's good.
Find
that's
it somewhere.
all in.
Yeah, that's it.
That's education, getting some data,
all of it.
some
Yeah,
mailers
that's
out
the
there.
whole thing. You're right.
That's perfect.
And you're going to make that back in the first month.
It's true.
If you follow our program and you get into success plan, more importantly, or equally as important, and start right long before you even spend $1 and start asking a ton of questions.
Mm-hmm.
How does this work? What are the mistakes you made? I mean, we see it all the time, every day. Success Plan is our online community, and it's free. You just get a username and start asking people all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They'll tell you.
Exactly.
They might even front, there's a lot of money people on success. You know what? I shouldn't say that. You could do this with no money.
Oh, that's
after
true.
you get educated. You can go on Success Plan. I wouldn't recommend it. Go on Success Plan and say, look, I don't have any money, but I can find a ton of deals.
Mm-hmm.
And because there's a lot of money people out there. We just read a question from one of them on an earlier show a couple days ago. And say, hey, I'll find a deal, and you fund it.
It's true.
There's people do that all the time.
Yep.
I watch the Success Plan all the time. I have conference calls with them.
Right. But back to what you said, it's not no money. I mean, you're gonna do this right. It's like you need an education. You're not gonna walk up and be a doctor tomorrow or a whatever tomorrow. You need to be educated on that. So there is going to be an initial investment to do it right.
Right.
If you want to save time too. I mean, it's being honest. That's what I think this is about, Jack. Thank you. This is all you and I being honest about this stuff. So speaking of being honest, what's the secret? Because that's the last word.
Secrets.
I love that.
There's no secrets.
Wait.
If somebody says there's secrets, I'm going to let you in on the secret on this whole thing. You're going to get the whole inside track from me. They're lying.
I've heard people talk about the secret county
The secret
list.
counties.
Oh, yeah, the secret counties. There's no secret
secret counties.
Oh, my gosh. That's the funniest thing.
What you need to do is learn how to choose counties for yourself. We have a wide variety of ways that our members, I'm cracking up even us with the experience we have. Mm-hmm. Our members are coming up with some extremely creative ways to locate the counties that they work in. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing. I never thought, I thought I had it all figured out, and we do. I mean, we do fine. But they have some very unique and creative ways to find the counties that they like to work in.
It is.
There's one guy, one member, I had a conference call with him, a deal review call, and he bought the program because he wanted to buy a house. Mm-hmm. And so for himself to live in. So he ended up buying 2, sold one, and now he netted it out 0. And he used the program and the data to look for a very specific subdivision where he wanted to live in Florida that he thought was a little bit undervalued anyway. Mm-hmm. He bought it he told me $200,000 less than it was worth. He sold it, and then he bought he spent $200,000 on a lot, and they're building their dream house right on the ocean.
It's awesome.
So there's all kinds of ways to do that. So if I sat here and said Elko, Nevada is the county that this works in,
right,
he would never have done that.
It's true.
He would never have sat down and thought it all the way through. It's just it just makes so much sense, I think, to learn how to do this for yourself.
Exactly.
Or learn your version of it, I should say.
There are no secrets. It's hard work. It's knowing what you're doing. Hard work. Yeah, you're going to need to invest. And man, if you have support, that's going to make a difference. Yep. And that's
even success plan support, family support, the whole thing.
Yeah.
If you're not a deal maker, if you're not innately a deal maker, if you were just you'd rather work in a grocery store and that's it, this is not for you. Mm-hmm. We sit here and do deals all the day and we love it.
Exactly.
It's mechanized now. The real estate piece of this is mechanized. Land Academy sure isn't. Why the heck are we doing this, by the way?
I don't know.
If we didn't have Land Academy or the whole Jack and Jill thing, we could just be sipping mint juleps somewhere right now.
This is fun. This is way more fun. You know it. You love it. It's all you, Jack. You can't sit. I'm the one that can sit back and sip things. You can't.
Sip things.
Yes, I can.
Cracking me up.
I can sip things very well. I could sit on a beach and drink something for a long time.
Yes, you can. This is the Technical 2. It's 2 minutes of property investment advice from our 15-year, 15,000 transaction experience. And here it is. Learn first and then buy. I see this backwards all the time. And people wonder that it goes south. You have to learn first. You can't think of it yourself as a surgeon. You know, surgeons learn first, and then they do surgery. You want to learn about real estate, go through all the steps that you need to. Learn as much as you can. I highly recommend it from multiple sources, not just us. And then start buying some real estate. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, people would go out looking for deals and they're doing them all wrong. I think I found the great deal. How do you know if that's a great deal yet? You don't even know that yet.
I see it.
Somebody told you that?
I see it in bigger pockets more than anywhere.
Yeah.
I bought a piece of property. I went through this whole thing, and it's just not working. My first question is, well, who told you how to do this? Well, my parents did it, and they made $300,000 on their house when I was a kid. That's almost always what they say.
Right.
Or my sister-in-law just flipped a house, and she made a ton of money.
Right.
Yeah, that's not. You need to be involved in a community. Yes, there's much more.
There's more to it than that.
Be involved in a community where people are doing this all the time and learn from them, learn from their mistakes, ask some tough questions. There's no such thing as a silly question.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Hey, if you have a question, speaking of questions, or you want to be on the show, call 800-725-8816. Jill, inspire us.
Do this only when the time is right. I have just been in communication with a really nice woman, actually in Northern Arizona, and she's sweet. I mean, she's written me really nice, long, heartfelt emails about her situation, all the stuff that she's been working on. I mean, she's got the excitement and everything, but I can tell right now this is not the right time financially. So I told her...
That's excellent advice and inspiration, seriously.
Do not spend anything. And she's got kids, a big family. I'm like, this is great. I said, so my advice to her is spend some time, soak up all the free stuff that you can. And I want you to put a budget together, plan. What if this takes 6 months? What if it takes a year? I don't care. We're not going anywhere. It's way more important to take a step back and do this right.
It's outstanding, Jill.
Thank you.
That's fantastic advice. Take it seriously.
Mm-hmm. Don't jump the gun and don't put yourself in a pickle. Don't borrow against something, that's not what that's there for, financially. And then it'll all work out. So thank you.
That's outstanding.
That. Thanks.
Hey, join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information, that's me,
and inspiration, that's me,
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
Get there first. Good show, Jill.
Thank you.
That's great advice about timing. Yes. Timing's everything. It's such a cliche. It really kind of gets on my nerves when people say it. Timing's everything, Mm-hmm. Like old guys say it all the time. Timing's everything.
It's true.
But it really is just...
This is just something basic. You don't want to jump into something that that you can't really fully commit to and follow through. That doesn't make sense because you won't.
That's right.
You're setting yourself up for failure if you don't do it right.
Yeah.
And what makes me angry is that not even in our world, in every world, there's people out there, businesses, imagine this, you're going to a used car dealership, or you're just on a car lot, they don't stop to say, can you afford this first? You know what I mean? They just
Have you talked to your wife about this? Are you sure?
Could you imagine? Hi, Mr. Jones, I see you came alone. Are you married? Where is your wife? Can we get her on the phone? Make sure this is good.
That's got a TV show all over it.
Could you imagine? That'd be hilarious. That would be a funny show. You're right. The guy fall over what is he asking me? Try to get on speakerphone because your wife probably doesn't know you're here looking at Porsches today.
In fact, can you give me your number? Because I'm going to call and make sure it's okay with her.
By the way, I want to see your bank balance because I want to make sure you can afford this because otherwise this is not happening.
That's awesome. Like, where else do you have to stand in front of a salesperson?
Wouldn't that be great?
Like, dealership's one place. But where else do you do that? Because wherever it is, that we should have a TV show that does that.
That would be
like a
so
candid camera
good.
thing.
Like, stop. Put the credit card down.
Yeah.
How about how about applying for a credit card? I don't know. Say you're applying for a credit card and they call you back and say, hey, we got your application. We just want to go over a few things with you. Okay, number 1, did you really graduate? Number 2, I need to talk to your boss about how secure we feel about you in this position that you're in because I need to make sure for myself that you're going to have this job and you're going to be able to fulfill any credit that you take out on this credit card.
You ever see that movie?
I would love that.
You ever see that movie where the whole world can't lie? Everyone has to tell the truth, and they can't.
Wait, I remember
anything.
that. I thought it was just that one guy. It was the one with
The British
Jim
guy.
Carrey. Oh, I don't know, or Jim Carrey. Oh, I'm thinking of a different one.
Oh, maybe I am too.
I
We're
just
thinking
remember
of 2 different movies.
Jim Carrey one where he couldn't lie.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay,
this is a different movie.
Oh, I don't know the other
No
one.
one in the world could lie, and how the world was very different.
Oh, it was a mess,
because of
I
that.
bet.
Yeah, it was a mess.
How do I look? Horrible.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah, you need to lose 20 pounds.
Yeah, exactly. That is not your color. Who taught you how to drive?
Yep. You should really not eat that second pizza.
Exactly. This career bad move. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
That's so good.
I can't even say the words.
So great. She's really into you for your money. She does not think you're attractive.
Yep. So it turns out that size does matter.
Yeah. I was just going to say. I was going to go somewhere there too. Yeah. You know what? It doesn't happen to everyone.
You're the first guy ever for this to happen.
Yeah. You know what? Can we just stop right now? Because I do not feel like faking it. And I'm going to be late. Oh my gosh.
It's like, this is worse than my ex-wife.
This is great.
There's all kinds of terrible stuff we can say.
We should do that tonight. We're going to walk around all over. This would be great. This is like an airport game moment. I want to do this with our friends. Like have 10 minutes of telling the truth. Although I don't know if I want to do that because it might hurt.
No.
So that'd be great. Oh, baby, you can't cook.
Yep. There's a million things that are running through my head.
Okay. Yeah, we could go on this for a long time.
Jack and Jill, inspiration and information. And finally, let's go buy some property.
We hold a drawing to win a free property every month. Enter to win by reviewing this show on iTunes and downloading our free ebook at landacademy.com.
If you want to get involved or you need more information about our profitable, niche real estate operation, call 480-467-0359. You just might get Jill at the other end of the line.
landacademy.com. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.